You know that moment when your phone screen cracks, and suddenly you can see everything more clearly. Yeah, I know that sounds backwards. But stick with me here, because what I'm about to share might completely shift how you see the hardest season you're walking through right now. See, we've been conditioned to believe that progress should feel progressive, that breakthrough should look like breaking through. But what if I told you that sometimes the very thing that feels like it's destroying you is actually the thing that's preparing you for what's coming next? Here's what nobody tells you about breakthrough moments. They rarely arrive wrapped in gold paper with a bow on top. More often than not, they show up disguised as the very thing you've been trying to avoid. That financial pressure, that relationship conflict, that career uncertainty. What if I told you these aren't roadblocks to your destiny, but actually the pathway through it? And there's something profound that happened in Scripture that we often miss. When God wanted to give the Israelites their promised land, He didn't teleport them there. He led them through a wilderness that looked nothing like promise and everything like punishment. 40 years of wandering, questioning, struggling. And here's the kicker. It was all part of the plan. Now, the Hebrew word for breakthrough is perets, and it literally means to break through, to burst forth. But here's what's fascinating. It implies that something has to give way first. Something has to break before the breakthrough can happen. Think about it this way. A seed has to completely surrender its current form to become a tree. The shell breaks, the seed dies to what it was, and only then does new life emerge. The breaking isn't the enemy of growth, it's the gateway to it. Now, I'm not suggesting that God causes every hardship in our lives, but I am saying that our God is so good, so sovereign, that He can take our biggest breakdowns and transform them into our greatest breakthroughs. Remember Joseph? Betrayed by his brothers, falsely accused, forgotten in prison. If you would have asked him during those dark years if he was experiencing breakthrough, he probably would have laughed or cried. But every single breaking point was positioning him for a breakthrough that would save nations. Here's what Joseph understood that we often miss. He didn't waste his breaking seasons trying to get back to where he was. He leaned into who he was becoming. In his book, It's Not Over, Chris Hodges puts it this way. God doesn't waste our pain. He uses it as the raw material for our purpose. So let me ask you, what's breaking in your life right now? And before you answer too quickly, I want you to consider this. What if it's not actually breaking? What if it's breaking open? You see, sometimes what we interpret as God saying no is actually God saying not yet, or not like that. Sometimes the door that slams shut isn't rejection, it's redirection. Sometimes the relationship that ends isn't failure, it's freedom to become who you're meant to be. I think about how a diamond is formed. It's just carbon that handled pressure exceptionally well. The pressure didn't destroy it. It transformed it into something precious, something valuable, something that reflects light in ways that nothing else can. That pressure you're feeling, that breaking point you're walking through, what if it's not your ending? What if it's your becoming? Friend, I want to speak life over you today. Whatever is breaking in your life right now, God sees it. He's not surprised by it, He's not threatened by it, and He's certainly not absent from it. He's using it. The same God who brought beauty from ashes, who brought life from death, who brought hope from despair, that same God is writing your story. And He's really good at plot twists. Your breakthrough might not look like you expected. It might come through surrender instead of struggle, through letting go instead of holding on, through breaking instead of building. But it's coming. Here's your takeaway. Don't despise your breaking seasons. They might just be your breakthrough in disguise. If this spoke to your heart today, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments. What's one area where you're choosing to trust God's process over your own understanding? I read every single comment, and I'd love to hear your story.